All right, today we're diving into something that's a pretty huge leap forward for our online security, the UIID version 1.1 update. And listen, this isn't just some minor patch. It's a whole new way of thinking about how we establish trust online. Let's get right into it. I mean, it's the big question of our time, isn't it? When you're dealing with a person or a company or any service online, how do you really know they are who they say they are? That's the core problem that UID v1.10 is built from the ground up to solve. So to really get why this update is such a game changer, we first have to talk about what's broken. Let's take a quick look at why our whole system of online trust is, well, pretty fragile right now. You see this stuff everywhere, right? Digital fraud is costing us billions. Bad actors are out there creating endless fake or duplicate accounts to game the system. And honestly, without a single common standard for what trust even means, every service is left to invent its own rules, which just creates a messy and insecure experience for all of us. And that right there brings us to the hero of our story today, UID version 1.10. It's been designed from the very beginning to take on these challenges with a new, super robust framework for digital trust. Yeah, and I want to be really clear about this. We're talking about more than just a couple of new features. This is a real strategic shift in philosophy. We're moving away from all those fragmented systems towards one that's unified and, secure by its very design. Okay, first up, let's talk about that duplicate account problem. The goal here is actually really simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Make sure that one real person equals one unique digital identity. That's it. No more, no less. So how in the world do they do that? Well, the core tech is called verified UID hashing. And honestly, the best way to think about it is like a digital fingerprint. It's unique, it's unbreakable. Once your identity is confirmed, the system creates this one-of-a-kind signature that just can't be copied or faked. Period. Here's how it actually plays out. First, you verify who you are with, say, a government ID, the usual stuff. Then, the system does its magic and generates that unique hash, your digital fingerprint. From that second on, the system will automatically block anyone, even you, from trying to verify that exact same identity ever again. And the whole point of this is to create this unbreakable one-to-one link between you, the real person, and your digital UID. Just this one change slams the door on a massive category of online fraud. It's huge. Okay, so building on that solid foundation of uniqueness, we get to the real centerpiece of this update, the new UID Trust Center. Think of it as your new command center, a simple, clear dashboard for understanding exactly where you stand with your identity assurance. The Trust Center basically does four main things. It calculates a trust score for you. It shows you exactly what your current assurance level is. It lets you unlock access to services that need a higher level of security. And this is the really important part. It does all of this by lining up with major global security standards. So that trust score, how's it actually calculated? Let's pull back the curtain and break down this new framework. It's all about organizing trust into clear, standardized levels that make sense. Okay, let's break this table down. You've got two levels here. Level 1 is your basic, low-risk stuff, like signing up for a newsletter or a simple forum. It lines up with global standards for what's called simplified due diligence. But for more important things, like a financial transaction, you need to be at level 2. That requires much stronger proof, like biometric matching, and it aligns with really strict standards from places like the EU. It's all about matching the right level of proof to the right level of risk. And hey, for everyone who's already using UIID, I've got some great news. That classic verification method you're probably used to, sending in your government ID and a selfie, that is now fully baked into this new system. It fits perfectly into the trust score framework, so your existing verification is just as strong as ever. So this update builds an incredible foundation. But we all know technology never just stands still, right? So where does UIID go from here? What's next on the horizon? Well, the journey definitely continues. The next stop is supporting the absolute highest level of assurance, called eIDAS High. Think really, really critical transactions. And after that, they'll be integrating something called Enhanced Due Diligence, or EDD. This is for the most high-risk situations you can imagine, like huge international money transfers that need constant, deep monitoring. The main thing to take away from this is that version 1.10 isn't the finish line, not even close. It's really the starting line for this ongoing evolution, a real commitment to constantly push the bar higher and higher for digital trust. So, if you're going to remember just 3 things from all this, let it be these. First, uniqueness. That hashing tech finally cracks the one-person, one-ID problem. Second, clarity. The Trust Center makes your security status super simple and transparent. And third, standards. This entire system is built on trusted global security rules. And all of this leaves us with one final big question to chew on. This is a massive step forward, for sure. But as our lives move even more online, what are the new challenges that are going to pop up? And what will the future of trust demand from all of us? It's definitely something to think about.